We begin here all new at 6. A local family desperate for answers after a man moved from North Carolina to Mexico and ended up dead. Frank Mazziotti's family believes he was the target of a romance scam. Good evening and thanks for joining us here tonight at 6 o'clock. I'm Molly Grantham.
And I'm Siobhan Bryant. WBTV's Claire Kopsky is on your side pushing for answers, questioning officials on both sides of the border about how this could happen.
In August, Luis Mazziotti received an unexpected phone call.
She called me at 10:18 on that Saturday night, August the 12th, and she said, Louise, this is Lucia. She said, I don't know how to tell you this, but she said, Frankie killed himself. And I said, no. What are you talking about? And I just kind of went all to pieces when I realized she was being serious.
The call was from her 44-year-old son's new wife in Mexico, Lucia Rodriguez Castellanos. Frank and Lucia got married a year earlier after meeting on an app called Clubhouse.
I know he loved languages, and he spoke Spanish fluently and French and Italian, and so he loved to talk to people in different languages. So he got on that app and met Lucia, and it was like a fast romance.
He divorced his wife of 11 years, paused his local business, sold his home, and made plans to move to Lucia's town in Mexico.
The whole thing was troubling to me. I didn't want him to go. I tried to get him to rethink and give himself time. I told him, I said, Frankie, I have a bad feeling about this. I said, I don't think you should do this. I think you should give yourself time to decide what to do. And he said, well, she keeps telling me how much she loves me and how much she can't live without me.
He's my brother. I helped raise him.
Frank's brother, Michael Godfrey, says he believes his brother went to Mexico for love.
He was looking for somebody to love him. He went down there for love, and he ended up being killed.
As the family tried to make plans to go to Mexico to bury him, the U.S. Embassy urged them not to come.
It was just way too dangerous for Americans to come there now because a lot of Americans were missing at this point.
The U.S. State Department classifies the area where Frank died as a do-not-travel-to place, citing crime and kidnapping risks.
I would have went there if I could have, but they told us not to.
Not only could the family not go to Mexico, they learned Frank's body had already been cremated, despite a law that should have prevented exactly that.
It's just something that I feel like I've been in a nightmare. I just can't believe it.
The details of Frank's death continue to prove difficult to track down. The U.S. consulate in Matamoros reports the prosecutor's office in Mexico concluded his death was a suicide. They cite findings of chemicals on his right hand showing it had been used to discharge a firearm and an entrance wound on the right side of his head. However, the consular report of death abroad lists Frank's death as an accidental or violent death.
I mean, it was horrible to try to look at those pictures that I saw of him, but the way the blood splatters and all that, there's no way he killed himself. That was the hardest thing I've ever done, is look at my son like that.
I think he was led to believe something that wasn't really true to the heart.
While the mystery into how he died may never be solved, the family believes Frank is the victim of a romance scam. They hope Frank's story is a reminder to be cautious of who you meet online. It's a type of scam that the U.S. State Department told me is prevalent in Mexico. If you do decide to travel to meet someone online, Eva Velasquez of the Identity Theft Resource Center says it's best to approach it as if you're meeting a stranger.
I think what people think is, oh.
All right, I'm going to start off by giving all honor, praises, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well, and shalom and blessings to the hopeful elect. I wanted to go in on this report of this fucking beta that you just saw that uprooted his entire life to chase some rotten crotch in another country, man. All right, which is the spirit of the modern day man that has been so prevalent here in the Great Babylon in America, but has spilled over to other regions, so much so that it has become now the picture and the persona of the modern day man, okay? To be a spineless, sapless fuck that he has become. The Captain Save-A-Hole beta males that they've become as a whole, okay? Save the men of the Most High, all right? In which that phrase from brothers that is turning out to be so true that if you're not in this truth, and primarily in Great Millstone, which is the most accurate application and embodiment of these scriptures, okay, then you're a fucking cuck, all right? You're a faggot, okay? And ultimately, you're a beta, okay? You're a weak excuse of a man, all right? And this is also going towards the transition that we see according to the scriptures of the men becoming as women, okay? The modern picture of the modern day man is one that fucking follows after the woman's coattails, all right, and goes after her direction. We know this is a prophecy, but it takes a real spineless individual to actually commit to these things, all right, to conduct in this manner, okay, when understanding that these creatures were literally created to serve you, okay, and for your pleasure, all right. And you could actually blame a lot of the uh the reasons why this place is so fucked off. You can blame it to the man that has relinquished his authority, okay? He has capitulated. Let's look that up. To the woman, man, okay? And the scriptures warned and outlined these things, all right, the entire time. And you had the men of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And when I speak about that, when I say that, I'm primarily talking about the men of the apostle elders of Great Millstone, man. The ones who have in sincerity continued in this thing from the beginning, all right, from One West. The word capitulate means to cease to resist an opponent or an unwelcome demand, to surrender, okay? Things that are unwelcomed and undesirable to a man, they have fucking ceased to resist, to perform those things and to stand that stance that he once had, right? An unwelcome demand. All right, look at all this in this current society, how they have thrusted women in positions above the man. You you've just stood you've just stood back and allowed that shit to happen. You've yielded, give in, okay? But the men of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, as aforementioned, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, have been warning about this since, for fucking 40 years, man. Okay? And primarily in the last, I want to say, 15 years. Okay? Well, since '08, it's been exactly 15 years. Since 2008, 2007. They were the pioneers on fucking YouTube of the Israelite movement. Okay? The apostle elders of Great Millstone have been telling you and warning of these admonitions, okay, from experience and through the scriptures of how to conduct as a man, okay? And how to beware of the wiles of these wicked fucking women, man. All right? But ultimately, this is judgment. And we laugh at shit like this. Fucking simp who's gonna, okay, he pull a First Edges 4:26, man. Okay. And we're gonna get it. It says, we're gonna start up in First Edges 4 and let's see, 22. Okay. Well, we'll start at 20. First Edges 4:20 says, a man leaveth his own father that brought him up in his own country and cleaveth unto his wife. Now you got to understand that the Most High did create the man physiologically, meaning according to the physiology, it's ingrained in our makeup to desire the shit out of a woman, man. It's the most desirable thing to a man. But a man is supposed to exhibit, and he's supposed to apply restraint and self-control, man. Okay. And it does talk about how when Jacob, our forefather, went to work for Laban, all right, his mother's brother, he went to work for him so that he could pay off the dowry for his daughter, okay, which was Rachel. And it says in the scriptures that that time that he worked, that span of 7 years, it said it went by extremely fast for him. He said it was pretty much like nothing because, um, don't get us wrong, a man does desire a woman more than any fucking thing, okay? But he's supposed to conduct himself according to the law, all right? What does it say? To dwell with them with wisdom? Well, in this account, you have the men of Darius's guard that had a competition to see who could come up with the wiser sentence, okay? Basically, to give their responses on who and what is the strongest, okay, of the things under heaven. And this man here, one of the men's, one of the king's guard, was postulating that women are the strongest. Okay, it says, First Ezra 4:20, a man leaveth his own father and brought him up in his own country, and cleaveth unto his wife. He sticketh not to spend his life with his wife. Okay, he sticketh not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth neither father nor mother nor country. But this also ye must know, that women have dominion over you. Do ye not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman? Okay. And this is extremely reminiscent of not only what you have here in this report, but which is extremely prevalent across Babylon at this current time, especially. All right. The whole fucking passport bro shit. Okay. When it's turning out that a lot of these fucking niggas are getting caught up. They're getting scammed to oblivion. Okay. To the extent where this motherfucker divorced his wife of 11 years. What kind of madness is that? We don't know the circumstances, but if he initiated the shit, that's bugged the fuck out. Okay. That's against how even not, even aside from the law, because he might be a fucking Edomite, but going into just the proper ways for a man to conduct. Okay, some fucked up shit to do that, right? Especially if she was in order. Okay, serving him and whatnot, fucking not adulterous, but then to proceed to, what did it say? He put his fucking business on hold, uprooted his life, sold his fucking house. Okay, that's extremely reminiscent of this spirit, nature, culture that has permeated this entire fucking planet. Okay, even though you have some pockets of men that will fight tooth and fucking nail for this to spread into their into their peoples, okay, their into their customs, their ancient way, all right, that ultimately we're gonna go the fuck back to. This is a new thing on the earth. This style of courtship, okay, because back in that time you at least had the bitch who belonged to you and you actually beget possession, okay, even though you have lots of bad apples. Okay, one among 1,000 has the most high not found of the woman, and all wickedness is little but to the wickedness of the woman. Okay, so the Most High has equipped men with this understanding, all right, and therefore allows them to maneuver uh, um, safely. Okay, to to allows them to maneuver and to be unscathed, all right, by the wickedness of these fucking hoes of the modern day wicked woman, man. Okay, it says, yea, a man taketh his sword and goeth his way to rob and to steal, and sail upon the seas and upon rivers, and looketh upon a lion and goeth in the darkness, and when he hath stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth it to his love. Okay. It says in verse 25, wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother. And this is the point in verse 26. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes. Okay, this is a perfect example of a man that has run out of his wits for a woman. Okay, a bitch he just fucking met online, which that whole shit is turning out to be wicked. Okay, all that is associated with that. We can go on for fucking days on how many ways, how that whole concept of that online shit, online dating and fucking social media is in transgression of the laws, right? But some fucking hoe you just met on social media online, and then you go and and move down to an area that has been deemed to be extremely dangerous, okay, and pretty much a no-go zone for Americans because it's pretty much a predatory territory, okay, that these fucking criminals run scams and rackets on fucking unwilling American victims, man. All right, you have to be out of your fucking mind, man, to do that. To be out of your wits, all right. And such is the case for and is the state of the current modern day man. All right, a complete fucking simp beta male. But the men of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai are the last of a dying breed. Okay, and when you think about it, they're really the first of a thriving breed. All right, the elect is going to be the governing body. Okay, and through that, that's eternal. That's eternity. They're going to be immortal. So that's going to be a thriving breed, right? And then they're going to multiply like unto nations. Okay. So the Most High has preserved his men and are the only fucking breath of fresh air, the only good thing going in this fucking place, man. Because, like it says, if it wasn't for them, no flesh would be left. Okay, because you have the modern cuck. Okay, you don't just have to to rent out your woman to be a fucking cuck. Okay, to be a Captain Save-A-Ho and to do as this man did, sell all your fucking possessions, fucking be a passport, bro. Because we talk about that, like, yeah, we understand them going out of the country to find a wife and shit, but that's some simp shit. Okay, let's be real. That's some desperation right there, man. Okay, if anything, a real fucking warrior would would be advocating and longing for the destruction of this fucking place, man. And in the understanding that this is not our fucking final resting place. Okay. And that and to put off this fucking place in the realization that everything is gonna get set back straight. Okay. But this has to be this way. Let's get this right now. Let's Salak, let's see. Oh, let's finish this up real quick. So basically it says verse 27, for many also have perished, have erred and sinned for women. Okay. So basically this man is postulating that women is the strongest. Okay. And this is according to the wise sentence. What sentence was the wisest? Okay. What is the strongest on this under heaven? Okay. And the answer is wisdom. And one of the things the scriptures tell us to dwell with wisdom is when dwelling with these hoes. Okay, when these wicked ass fucking women. It doesn't say that. But back in the day, they might have been considered women, but now they're far from it, man. The brute beasts that they become. All right. So it turns out that wisdom, um, fucking contrary to this man's postulation, it is wisdom. Okay, let's see. Verse 38, as for the truth, it endureth and is always strong. It liveth and conquereth forevermore. So the truth is the strongest, is the wisest statement. Okay, and it is. All right, by a fucking landslide. Those other things, like it just said, are wicked. So they're not even. It's not even a competition. Okay, and the truth is synonymous with wisdom, and she's likened into a woman. And this is the woman that this fucking dude should have been seeking. And any man who's got his fucking head on straight right now, man. It says in verse 39, with her there is no accepting of persons or rewards, but she doeth the things that are just, and refraineth from all unjust and wicked things. And all men do well, like of her works. Neither in her judgment is any unrighteousness, and she is the strength, kingdom, power, and majesty of all ages. Blessed be the Most High of truth, and with that he held his peace, and all the people then shouted and said, great is truth and mighty above all things. Okay. And the truth is likened into a woman, man. That's the thing that you were supposed to uproot, if anything, of a man in this time. Okay? To uproot his whole fucking life, sell his possessions like it talks about in these scriptures. Okay? To fulfill his duty to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. Okay? But we understand that for the majority of this place, it's not the case. All right? The masses of the people are going to go in the way of wickedness. And for the most part, they didn't even fucking have a say-so in it. All right? So this is why you have this influx of cucks in this modern day society of sapless, backless, spineless beta males, man. Isaiah Salakia, 6th chapter. Because these people would have to be in this state, according to the scriptures. It says, and he said, Isaiah 6 and 9, and he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed. Then say I, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, how long? And he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitant, and the houses without man, and the land be utterly desolate. So the motherfuckers out here that aren't taking heed to the admonition of the apostle elders on down, okay, the men the Most High is set up to fucking warn you, like it says in Daniel, them that turn many to righteousness. That's our fucking purpose, all right, is to turn men to righteousness, to the ways of the Most High. And by you not heeding that, he's going to have you fucked off out here in these cities, all right, until they can be emptied out, until you all fucking die, all right. And we know that them to be brutal, horrific deaths. Who knows what kind of torture this man endured before he got his brains blown out, all right? If that even happened, because the bitch fucking cremated him, man, all right? A year after he uprooted his life, sold his house, his possessions, divorced his bitch, halted his business, uh, and a year after, he turns up fucking dead, all right? Let's see. And this was the on in the plans, okay, in the docket for what Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai was going to allow to happen to this place. You people being taken in your own wiles and devices, okay, in your own lusts and pleasures. Because let's talk about it. This piece of shit, was primarily lust. It said he was going down there for love, okay, but that's this weak beta fucking spirit of these men, man. And this is that transition. It's in Jeremiah 51:30. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight, they have remained in their holds. Their might hath failed, they became as women. They have burned her dwelling places, her bars are broken. And we know this is going to culminate in the invasion of the great Babylon, all right? When this place gets invaded, well, actually, it's already begun. There's a report that over 4 million migrants, all right, so-called illegal aliens, have invaded this place, okay? They call it a migrant invasion. Over 4 million, okay, have been in here just since 2021, all right, so-called pandemic. And a lot of them are fighting age men, Okay, a lot of them are so-called fucking criminals, and already off the bat, regardless, they were um they were are coming from fucking metaphorical war zones. Okay, extreme poverty, where you have extreme poverty, you have extreme crime. Okay, so they're already coming from fucking metaphorical war zones, ready for the action and about the action, man. The scriptures talk about them being like the caterpillars uh, that are going to devour this fucking place. Because already, when you look at this migration into this place, it's called weaponized migration. Okay, I forgot it's another term for it, but that's for another lesson. I said that so you can understand the extent of this place's invasion, man. Right? Like as aforementioned, this place has already been infiltrated, and those troops and the which is pretty much the culprit is going to be the culprit of this place's destruction on a hand-to-hand combat level, so to speak. Of course, you're going to have the thermonuclear missiles and chariot fire to utterly scorch this fucking place. But before that, you're going to have um, many diverse calamities. All right. And in those calamities is the invasion, okay, of foreign fucking troops. Them that are going to come in as a flood. All right. So we're seeing the transition. That's when it's going to culminate. All right. When they actually break through into the interiors of Babylon, you're gonna see the maximum of a man being likened unto a fucking woman, man. But you see the transition uh, uh, now is at a far extent. Okay, that already it already started decades ago. Really, just kind of really I'd say in the first century of the first decade of the 21st century. All right. And really, you could say the second decade, starting at the 2010s, is when this place really started turning south in the matter of manhood going out the fucking window. All right. But look at what this produced, a complete beta male simp. And then this dude talking about going there looking for love. Um, you have fucking countless accounts, all right, countless reports, just like this. As they mentioned, it's a extremely prevalent crime. The not just in Mexico, as it said, extremely prevalent in Mexico, but across the fucking planet, because they know they can prey on a simple fucking American dude, man. All right, and this fucking romance scam in the wake of all this passport bro shit. All right, and we laughed at you simps. Okay, Jeremiah 7 and 18. It says, "The children gather wood and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough, and make cakes to the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto the gods, that they provoke me to anger. Do they provoke me to anger, saith the Al-Bashar? Do they not provoke themselves to the confusion of their own faces?" Okay, so the Queen of Heaven, Spirit, this Queen of Heaven worship is um one of the foundations of this fucking society, and that actually goes back to the ancient Babylonian Empire. All right, the ancient Mesopotamians, so-called Sumerians. All right. That's one of the things that this fucking society is predicated upon is woman worship, the queen of heaven worship. And that's what this nigga, you can tell, had all over him. All right. And the masses of these fucking men all across the planet, man. Primarily in the Western world. This word queen, okay, means in the goes into this in the Thucydides Hebrew Chaldee lexicon. It says Molech, okay, an idol of the Ammonites. All right, it says a queen, the queen of heaven, of whom the women of Israel paid divine honors, is either the moon or Astarte, okay, i.e., the planet Venus. And we know Astarte going into Ishtar, all right, or what Easter, that goes back to Semiramis, man, whose womb was worshipped. It goes back to the worship of fertility and of the womb, okay? So that's exactly what this is. The queen in the queen of heaven goes back to fucking a god, okay? A wicked left side deity, all right? Primarily the box, all right? Fucking womb, worship of the womb, all right? And that's what has them in, all right? Fully and wholly following and worshiping and abiding by the guise of a woman, man. Okay, they should have taken heed to the prophets. Okay, let's go in here in Ecclesiastes 7. Ecclesiastes 7 and 26. All right, because ultimately this was judgment from the Heavenly Father. Okay, these motherfuckers don't want to heed the words that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has so graciously and mercifully extended unto you by his vessels. Okay, the Most High is going to continue to have these men fucking destroyed out here, left and right, in their endeavors to go, all right, to go chase down some rotten box. Really, it's a murder to be delivered right into the hands of a fucking murderer. It says, and I find it more bitter than death, the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleases the Most High shall escape her from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Okay, the Most High literally delivered this nigga into this wicked woman's hands, man, into this murderer's hands. All right. And he fell into the wiles. He fell into the snares and nets, the trap that is the woman. Okay, that's what how she operates. Okay, the MO, the mode of operation, the modus operandi. Okay, this is the MO of a woman, man. To trap a man. Okay, it's irregardless of her fucking race. All right, of her nationality, of her upbringing. Well, that might quell it partially, but this is within the nature of a woman, man. And ultimately, the Most High is gonna fucking deliver you right into the bitch's hands, man. The ones that do not please him and that don't take heed to his word, okay? And ultimately, the ones that he didn't choose, okay? It says, behold, this have I found, said the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account, which my soul seeketh, but I find not. One among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found. Okay? And let's finish off with this. Because your refusal to take heed to the prophets, to the vessels, the mouthpiece of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to continue to have you people fucked off. All right? We've been in a state to compel the people, all right, to fucking to urge them, all right, to urge them to take heed to this, all right, that it would fucking behoove you to do this, man. This is in 2 Chronicles 20:20. And they rose early in the morning and went forth into the wilderness of Tekoa. And as they went forth, Jehoshaphat stood and said, Hear me, O Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem. Believe in Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, your power, so shall ye be established. Believe in his prophets, so shall ye prosper. Okay, and as the scriptures tell you, then will you know that a prophet had been among you. All right, first and foremost, when these prophecies start to come to pass, and then what's going to be a result of these prophecies coming to pass? Your destruction. Okay, then you're going to know upon your destruction that a prophet was dwelling among you the whole fucking time, and that you fucked up by not taking heed. But guess what? The masses of the people are not going to take heed, because the Most High has it on the books to destroy the majority of the Earth's population, man. It's just a part of the blueprint, okay? The second death, to rid this place of unrighteousness, man, okay? And we're going to hear more accounts of this up until the Most High just released the mayhem out here, which is pretty much the floodgates of the Great Tribulation. Okay, we're in tribulation, but and not according to that fucking 3.5 year, 7 year bullshit span that these eschatology fucking bozos try to bring out. Okay, in the so-called Christian church and these other theorists. All right, according to what the scripture said, a time of great tribulation. Okay, that's going to be very distinct when we hit that point. All right, when the dollar collapses, that global economic collapse, that's followed by fucking race wars. Okay, all wars, like I said, war on every side. All right, fucking gender wars, race wars, class wars. All right, when destruction and pandemonium fucking reigns in this fucking society. See, and that's when you'll know. It says by death by pain. Okay. So with that, call Yabashib Yahushai, Bashim Rakaka Dash.